Antarctica is a continent of ice and snow. It is the coldest, windiest and driest place on Earth. Most people think of Antarctica as a vast white desert, but Antarctica is changing. The white landscape is turning green. This greening is happening because of climate change. As temperatures rise, plants are able to grow in places they never could before. This change is happening quickly. Scientists are studying these changes closely. The greening of Antarctica is a surprise to scientists. They used to think that Antarctica was too cold and harsh for plants to grow well. But climate change is changing everything. Antarctica is warming faster than any other place on Earth. The Antarctic Peninsula, which sticks out towards South America, has warmed by almost 3 degrees Celsius in the last 50 years. This warming is having a dramatic effect on the continent's plants. Scientists are using satellites to track the greening of Antarctica. These advanced pieces of technology orbit the Earth, providing us with invaluable data that would be impossible to gather from the ground. By capturing high-resolution images and other data, satellites help scientists monitor changes in the environment over time. Satellites can see things that humans can't from space. They offer a unique vantage point, allowing us to observe large-scale changes and patterns that are invisible from the ground. This bird's-eye view is crucial for understanding the broader impacts of climate change and other environmental phenomena. They can see large areas of land and water, and they can take pictures over many years. This long-term perspective is essential for tracking gradual changes in the environment. For instance, by comparing satellite images taken over several decades, scientists can identify trends and make predictions about future changes. Satellite images show that the amount of green vegetation in Antarctica has increased dramatically in recent years. This greening is a clear indicator of changing environmental conditions. The data collected by satellites reveal that the warming climate is creating more favorable conditions for plant growth in this previously inhospitable region. This is mostly due to the growth of mosses and lichens, which are simple plants that can survive in extreme conditions. These hardy species are among the first to colonize new areas as the ice recedes. Their presence not only signifies a shift in the local ecosystem, but also provides valuable insights into the resilience and adaptability of life in the face of climate change. The data gathered by satellites is meticulously analyzed by scientists in control rooms around the world. These experts use sophisticated software to interpret the images and data, turning raw information into actionable insights. This process is critical for developing strategies to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect vulnerable ecosystems. Satellites cover the entire globe, providing a comprehensive view of our planet's health. Their orbits are carefully planned to ensure that no area is left unmonitored. This global coverage is essential for understanding the interconnected nature of Earth's ecosystems and the widespread effects of environmental changes. The technology behind these satellites is constantly evolving. Engineers and scientists are continually developing new instruments and methods to enhance the capabilities of these orbiting observatories. Each new generation of satellites brings us closer to a more complete understanding of our planet and the challenges it faces. From the icy expanses of Antarctica to the lush rainforests of the Amazon, satellites provide a window into the diverse ecosystems that make up our planet. By studying these images, scientists can track changes, identify threats, and work towards preserving the natural world for future generations. The Antarctic Peninsula is the part of Antarctica that is warming the fastest. This region, which extends northward towards South America, has been experiencing significant temperature increases over the past few decades. Scientists have been closely monitoring this area to understand the broader implications of climate change on our planet. The warming trends here are not just isolated incidents, but part of a larger pattern affecting the entire Antarctic region. This is because of the way that ocean currents and wind patterns are changing around Antarctica. The Southern Ocean, which encircles Antarctica, plays a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. Changes in ocean currents driven by global warming are bringing warmer waters closer to the Antarctic Peninsula. Additionally, shifting wind patterns are contributing to this warming by altering the distribution of heat and moisture in the atmosphere. These changes are interconnected and have far-reaching consequences for the stability of the Antarctic ice sheets. The warming of the Antarctic Peninsula is causing the ice shelves to melt. These ice shelves act as barriers holding back the flow of glaciers into the ocean. As they melt, the glaciers behind them accelerate, leading to an increase in the amount of ice entering the ocean. This process is not only contributing to sea level rise, but also altering the local ecosystems that depend on the ice for their survival. The loss of ice shelves is a clear indicator of the rapid changes occurring in this region. Ice shelves are large platforms of floating ice that are attached to the coastline. They can be hundreds of meters thick and extend for hundreds of kilometers. These ice shelves are formed from the accumulation of snow and ice over thousands of years. They play a critical role in stabilizing the Antarctic ice sheet by acting as a buttress that slows the flow of ice from the interior to the ocean. The stability of these ice shelves is essential for maintaining the balance of the Antarctic ice sheet. As the ice shelves melt, they are adding fresh water to the ocean. This influx of fresh water is changing the salinity and density of the ocean waters, which can disrupt ocean currents and marine ecosystems. The addition of fresh water also affects the formation of sea ice, which is crucial for maintaining the Earth's energy balance. The changes in ocean salinity and temperature can have cascading effects on global climate patterns, influencing weather systems far beyond the Antarctic region. This is contributing to sea level rise around the world. As the ice shelves and glaciers melt, the added water increases the volume of the world's oceans. This rise in sea levels poses a significant threat to coastal communities, leading to increased flooding, erosion and damage to infrastructure. The impacts of sea level rise are already being felt in many parts of the world, and they are expected to intensify in the coming decades. Understanding the changes occurring in the Antarctic Peninsula is crucial for predicting and mitigating the effects of global sea level rise. Section 5. Tiny plants, big impact. Mosses and lichens are small plants, but they can have a big impact on the environment. They help to create soil, which can then support other plants. Mosses and lichens also absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas that is causing climate change. By absorbing carbon dioxide, mosses and lichens can help to slow down the rate of climate change. Section 6. New arrivals. As Antarctica warms, new plants and animals are starting to arrive. These new arrivals could have a big impact on the existing ecosystem. For example, invasive species could outcompete native species for food and resources. Scientists are worried about the arrival of invasive species. Invasive species are plants and animals that are not native to an area and that can cause harm to the environment, the economy, or human health. Section 7. A changing landscape. The greening of Antarctica is just one way that climate change is changing the continent's landscape. Glaciers are melting, ice shelves are collapsing, and the sea ice is shrinking. These changes are happening faster than scientists ever thought possible. Climate change is having a profound impact on Antarctica, and the changes are happening rapidly. Section 8. Antarctica's uncertain future. The future of Antarctica is uncertain. Scientists don't know how much the continent will warm in the coming decades. They also don't know how these changes will affect the plants, animals, and people who live there. What scientists do know is that climate change is a real and present danger. They are calling for immediate action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and slow the rate of climate change. Section 9. Our connected planet. In this chapter, we explore the intricate web of connections that bind our world together, from the icy expanses of Antarctica to the bustling coastal cities and beyond. Antarctica may seem like a world away, but what happens there affects us all. This remote and frozen continent plays a crucial role in regulating our planet's climate and sea levels. Antarctica's ice sheets contain enough water to raise global sea levels by several meters. These vast ice sheets act as a giant reservoir, holding back water that, if released, could dramatically alter coastlines around the world. If the ice sheets melt, it would have devastating consequences for coastal communities around the world. Cities like New York, Tokyo and Mumbai could face severe flooding, displacing millions of people and causing unprecedented economic damage. Climate change is a global problem that requires global solutions. The melting of Antarctica's ice is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. To address this crisis, nations must come together, share knowledge and implement strategies that mitigate the effects of climate change. We all need to do our part to reduce our impact on the environment and protect our planet. From reducing our carbon footprint to supporting renewable energy initiatives, every action counts. By working together, we can create a sustainable future for generations to come. The choices we make today will determine the health of our planet tomorrow. Let's commit to making a positive difference, one step at a time. Section 10, join the conversation. To learn more about climate change and its impacts, subscribe to the Voices Speak channel. Voices Speak is a channel that is dedicated to providing accurate and up-to-date information about climate change. Subscribe today and join the conversation.